Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? This is Life Pastor Kyle, and this is Winning Wednesday. Just got to get it out. Listen, welcome to the Journey to Winning Anyway Life. I am your host for all things winning. I want you to make sure everything is well with you. And let's get it on this morning. I know I didn't plan it. I didn't let anybody know. But we'll see exactly what happens this morning. Don't want everybody. Doesn't matter if everybody comes or not. I want to go ahead and put this out there as a life lesson that we can get to, we can enjoy, and do all we can to win in every area of our life. Listen, come on, let's make it happen. This morning, it's going to be an amazing morning. It is Wednesday. It is the midweek. It is the middle of the week. It's the week when we've started. We've already identified where the enemy is. Hello, Ashley Prevost. How are you doing, you and your young man? It's a morning where you figure out, you identify, hey, Tamisha Figaro, wait a minute, identify where it is that I've been giving myself excuses and where it is I need to overcome it so I can be better in my life and win in everything. Hello, Deja Young. Good to see all of you guys. It's going to be an amazing morning, I promise. I think Deja's over on YouTube. I see that. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. And so I want to get it out because I know Friday is going to be supernaturally amazing because it's going to be the next level. Today, me and First Well, actually, it's a spring break, but we're always active at something. And I am personally wanting to drop this on y'all this morning for those who have time. Listen, it's like 2 of you on here and 3 of you have already loved it, whoever you were. Hey, Manny Saeed, I want to take y'all right into it. The rest can get it later. I want you to relax, okay? If you give me permission to kind of drive you this morning, and just say okay. I want to get that out because I want you to coast into what it is we're going into. We've been talking about moving from excuses to execution, and that's a major thing because most of us have rallied and built our lives around what works for us. You got it? What works for us. And sometimes what was working has now become an excuse. Y'all talk back to me. It's only like 4 of y'all on here right now. I know more watching, but I get a chance to talk to you as you speak up. It's amazing when you have an opportunity to identify what is in yourself as an excuse. And it's no longer something that's working. Got it? Hello, Keith Young. How you doing, man? And so we talked about the 5 E's last week. And I want to kind of run back through those. And if you have comments in those, because it's only a few of us on here, I get a chance to kind of catch your comment if I can, if my eyes can catch it. Hey, Gerald Shelvin. Man, y'all family, Deja, Keith, Gerald. Man, y'all, the family's in there. I think the family is out to win. It looks like it. Looks like the family's like, all of us gonna get this. Hello, First Lady. Looks like the family say we're gonna win no matter what. So you count us out, watch us mess up, watch us do crazy stuff. At the end of the day, you better not count us out because we are here to win. I see y'all. And that's a good thing. That's a good mindset. We got to get Donovan to YouTube so he can come on and say, good morning. Listen, I gave you the 5E formula last week. I'm going to give it to you again real quickly. And I have some other things to drop on you. And then they're going to attach you to Friday. So those took time to come. She say winners. I feel you. Hey, listen, that's how you got to label yourself. If you don't label yourself, society will definitely try to do so. And so you gotta label. Oh, I'm just kidding, Keith. Do not get that young man YouTube. I forgot. Keith will go do that. I'm sorry, Deja. I apologize. Keith will go get him take his YouTube, build his channel. It'll be his channel for TV. And no, I'm just kidding. Not yet. It's too early. Keep that social media thing away. And so listen, I want to jump you into this lesson real quick. Won't keep you long. I told you last week, success is not about luck. And I can see y'all comment, so if y'all comment, I'll be able to jump on you quick. Success is not about luck. It's about intention, it's about discipline, and it's about consistent action. You got it? Intention, discipline, and consistent action. I'm not going to stay on these things long. People are, what's up, I'm Darjean, I see you, Jasmine. People are asking me to coach them personally on this. Excuses, from excuses to execution. And so I said, no, I don't want to charge right now for that. But if you need it, I will. But I'm going to take you back through it. If you glean enough from last week, enough from today, enough from Friday, you should have what you need. But if you want personal, we'll make it happen for you. Number one, here it is. Anytime you want to move from excuses to execution, you have to eliminate the excuses. You got it? You have to eliminate the excuses. So the first thing is identifying and eliminating the excuse if you can. That's the first step of transformation, is recognizing and rejecting what it is that was an answer before. Hey, Minister Ricks, what it is, she said, Pastor, there we go. Hey, Teresa, what it is that was an answer, but is now an excuse. It used to be an answer, and it was good as an answer. But hey, Emma Shelvin, good to see you, sir. But now it has become an excuse for me. And I rely on that excuse, watch this, to feed my character of laziness. When I don't want to do something, what was an answer before is an excuse now. That's it, Manny. Identify and eliminate. It used to be an excuse, my ankle was bad, my leg was bad. But then after so long, people always say, well, you remember my leg was bad. But now, see, it was bad when it was bad. And now that it's not bad, it's now your excuse. Are y'all following? Are y'all tracking? I can't say that, my friend said that. Are y'all understanding? Are y'all flowing with me right now? It used to be an excuse, but now it's become, it used to be an answer, now it's an excuse. And that's how we got excuses. We start using things that were answers before. So number one, you have to eliminate the excuse. Number two, you have to do it by educating yourself. The more informed you are about your own goals in your life, the more strategic you will be about your actions in life. You got it? The more informed you are about where you want to go, what you want to do, how you want to do it, the more strategic you will be in your whole life. I see you. I see we're following. Good, Ashley. Good. I see you, Geraldine. Good morning, Brittany. No, not Prophet. Thank you. The more informed you are about your goal and more strategic you are about your actions in your life. But you have to educate yourself beyond yourself. You have to get somebody else to educate you. You have to get a coach, a teacher, a trainer, a pastor, somebody that's going to pull you out of what you are so used to being in. You have to educate yourself beyond yourself. Let me say it again. Educate yourself beyond yourself. Okay? It's a hard one, but we have to do it. You got to trust somebody. Educate yourself beyond yourself. Got it, Geraldine? Okay, here we go. Watch this. Then number three, I gave it to you last week. You go back there and get a full lock on it. You have to explore every option for advancement in your life, but you can only explore options once you realize where you're headed. When you know where you're headed, you'll know whether it's good to take a bus or a plane or train or drive. You got it? Bus, plane, train, or drive. But you have to know where you're going, how far it is, how long it will take you to get there. When are you planning to arrive? Hello, Carlos Divine. When are you planning to arrive? And so you have to explore all your options for self-advancement. Anything in your life you want to advance in, you have to explore your options. And you have to stay flexible. I'm kind of doing a quick review for those who were not on here last week or just need to be refreshed on our way in. Stay flexible and open to new opportunities in your life, in your career, and in your business. In your life, in your career, and in your business. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck with a company that's not stuck with you. Sometimes God gives you pathways to what's next. And he'll always get you out before the ship sinks. If you listen to Holy Spirit. Totally different. I'm not going there. Stay flexible. Got it? And open to new careers, new opportunities, a new life, even a new business. But to do that, here we go, Manny Saeed. You have to be willing to pivot. You have to be willing to shift in the middle of a situation. Watch this. You have to not get caught up in your emotions, because if you get caught up in your emotions, then you'll start possessing your comfortable place. And you'll be hearing or seeing something you need to move to or that you want. Hey, Naya, but if you're not willing to make the pivot, then you'll miss what's better, and then you'll fall into regret. Okay. You have to be willing to pivot for better opportunities anytime they present themselves. Here's the deal. But you have to make sure it has enduring power. Explain. I think I will. It's almost like working for one company And like me, every company I worked for, my goal was to out time my last job. Did y'all, if you heard me say yes. My goal was to out time my last job. There was no other money was fine. I could get the money now, but my goal was to out time, or say outlast my last job. So I worked at my first real job. Oh my God, Burger King. I stayed there like about 6 months. Well, it wasn't no big deal. My next job that hired me because I knew how to sell myself. I shift Deja to I think I told Deja, talk about this, Deja. We went through her years. My next job, I stayed at almost a year. Then I went to Caltex. I stayed there my main job, stayed there about a year and a half. From there, I was in school for a year and a half while going to Caltex. That was a juice company, big juice company here that sells to hospitals and schools. All the juice in hospitals and schools is the same juice in a different carton. All of it. All the Cisco, all the cartons for school is the same juice in a different carton. And in hospitals, you get it in a round thing with the metal thing, you poke your straw. Same juice. I stacked it all. I loaded it all. I made it all. It's funny. So you go through all these things. And then my next job was Dow Chemical. After school, I got hired at Dow Chemical. And I stayed at Dow Chemical. Hey, Chester Donata. Good morning. God bless you. Stayed at Dow Chemical for 4.5, 5, 6 years. I think 4.5, 5 or 6 years, something like that. So my goal at Allstate was I think I stayed at Dow Chemical 4 years, 4.5, I think. And then Allstate was 6.5 years. So my goal is to always make sure that a job has enduring power. The money is never an issue if the job is going to file bankruptcy next year. Or if the job is going to run me off because they don't understand my value and they don't have enduring power, which means they have a quick turnaround. Those are things you have to check on immediately, because if you don't, then you'll be a part of that turnaround. You have to check on it, and then you have to watch. So God will allow opportunities for you to go to something bigger and something better, and you can't be stuck on, I'm just trying to stay at one job a long time. The only reason I leave a job is if a job has already left me. I need to move. Y'all got me stuck here. So I got to move from my excuses into moving into what's going to be an execution for me. That was number 3. Number 4, I'm moving quickly, y'all. I'm sorry. Number 4, and I'm watching y'all type too. You have to evaluate your own effectiveness. That means be honest with yourself. If everybody tells you you have an attitude, everybody tells you you're tripping, everybody tells you you're hard to approach, everybody tells you you can argue with everybody if you want to, but eventually they're going to begin to ease back because they all know something about you that you're not telling yourself. Then they'll know that if you lie to yourself, then you will lie to them. You have to be honest with yourself. Hello, Maria Briscoe. You have to track your progress, because the only way to track your progress is to be in an area that is honest about self-awareness. It's good for you? Okay. It's to be honest about self-awareness. Now, Mr. Rick, let me talk to you about this right here. Don't miss this part. You're at a place now, and if you're secure and they're secure, you can move or not move. There's sometimes you should stack your paper and stay, especially when they're not requiring of you 1,000% of who you are. Then know that God is paying you double for doing that. Okay, that's personal. I have your coaching next week for sure. That's different. That's a different standard of God moving you from excuses to execution. He's executing in your life because you're giving him permission. That's totally different. Okay, so you have to evaluate your effectiveness. Got it? Make sure that you have a level of self-awareness. Maria said, my God, she came in on it. Then number 5, you have to execute with enthusiasm. Got it? You have to execute with enthusiasm. When you execute, here's something that y'all have learned. You really been stuck, Teresa? Well, go back and hear the last week that locks in with this week. You really have to execute with enthusiasm. Because here's the deal. If everything you do, there's an excuse with it. I can do that, but I'm busy. I can do that, but I'm tired. I can get that done, but I'm this. I'm trying. No. When you execute like, oh, I'm going to get this done, you kind of make people want to go do it with you. You make people want to include themselves to do what you do when you execute with enthusiasm in your life, in your work, in your job, in anything you do. You make people want to jump in and work with you. Hey, Felicia Scott, I think it's a special week for you, isn't it? I think this week or last week, this week. I think this is your celebration week. When you execute with enthusiasm, because you're not afraid and you know where you're going, it makes people want to join in and support your vision or support your task or help you do it because of your enthusiasm. So if you don't execute with enthusiasm, then you lose the help that you need, because nobody comes to a ship that's sinking or frustrated. Happy birthday, Felicia Scott. God bless you. Good to see you. And so you execute. Thank you for coming on this morning on Wednesday, on a winning Wednesday. And this is a bonus round. So we didn't tell anybody we just coming in to finish up something from last week. So if you're not busy and you're kind of relaxing today, you're getting a jacuzzi or sauna somewhere, go listen to, hey, Andrea Gray, go listen to last Wednesday. It'll bless your life. Listen, so we execute with enthusiasm because, hey, Greta Cook, when you bring enthusiasm to your execution, you create momentum, and people always want to be a part of something that's moving. Got it? Hey, Greta. Always want to be a part of. So when you bring enthusiasm, it helps you and those around you. And then that kind of enthusiasm with momentum is what makes success inevitable. It's going to happen eventually. It's going to happen no matter what. It's almost like saying, I want to fill up this rice bucket. If you just keep putting the rice in, and you start enjoying the rice, eventually you're going to find out that the rice bucket gets full. Success is inevitable. It's going to happen. Just a matter of when. Now, here's where we kick in for the new lesson for today. Not a new lesson, but some extra points to get you ready for Wednesday. So here is how I keep my enthusiasm. I'll drop back through it all. I'm going fast, Maria. So I have to first identify and eliminate my excuses. Then I have to educate myself about how to function outside of my excuses. When I say eliminate, I say eliminate because most of us have made our answers our excuse. You know, why do you have this problem? Well, when I was a kid, and that used to be an answer when you were a kid. Hey, Kenneth, but since you're no longer a kid, that can no longer be an answer. It's now an excuse. And watch this. You promoted your answer to an excuse without promoting yourself to execution. Y'all missed it. You promoted your excuse. It was an answer. Now you promoted it to an excuse, but you haven't promoted yourself to execute beyond it. So you have to, the main excuses, I'm sorry, educate yourself. Then number 3, explore your options for advancement. Then number 4, you have to evaluate your effectiveness. Number 5, then you execute enthusiasm, which creates momentum. Got it, Geraldine? Here we go. Once you execute with enthusiasm and you create a level of momentum, here is how you maintain your enthusiasm and maintain your momentum. Number 1, you surround your purpose with people who are excited about your enthusiasm and excited about your momentum. You got it? You surround yourself with people who say, I know what that was back then. I'm excited about what you're doing right now. You surround yourself with people who are excited about your enthusiasm and your momentum, because they're the same people who will also be excited about your success. If they can be excited about your enthusiasm as you're executing before you reach the level, if they can be excited about your momentum that you're picking up before you reach the level, those are the same people who will be excited when you reach the level. You got it? So you have to surround yourself with people who are excited about your momentum and excited about you winning. And then, but that's number 1. Here's the second way you're going to keep your enthusiasm and keep your momentum. Many of you start to work out in January. Here it is, March, you stopped. You promised yourself you would lose weight this year and be more healthier. Now, you lost momentum. You promised yourself you would save more money. Now, you're spending it on Amazon or wherever. You promised yourself you would be better. And you're not where you really want to be because you lost momentum. And you lost momentum because you lost your enthusiasm. Because you denied yourself the opportunity to see the visual picture of your why. You deleted your why. Here's how you're going to keep your enthusiasm and build momentum. Get around people. You got that. Here's the next part. You have to reconnect with your why. Now, I'm not trying to sell a coaching program, but if I could, hey, Wandale, if I wanted to, this is where I would sell it. Because reconnecting with your why should really touch your emotions. Because it should show you what you valued that's not part of your why. It should show you what excuses you gave yourself that's not a part of your why. It should show you right where you threw in the towel. It should expose to you how weak you were, how inconsistent you were. It should expose to you that you let people take you out of being what you said you were going to be. It should expose your weak place. But when you expose the weak place, that's when God is made strong. What do you mean? Once you're willing to accept and expose your own weakness to yourself, then you're able to be stronger. It's not until you reconnect with your why. It's not until you reconnect with your why. You have to take a moment, literally every day, or best you can, to remind yourself why you wanted to be better, why you needed to lose the weight, why you wanted to be healthier, because you want to live longer. You want to do what God's called you to do. You want to be there for your kids, be there for your husband, for your wife, for your family. When you start doing everything else, what you're doing is you're deleting the why. And eventually, when the why is not important anymore, then you settle for wherever you are. You have to reconnect with your why. Everyone that I've had the coaching session with, and they pay. Some pay for the 3 months, some pay for 1 month. Everybody I've had the coaching with, at this certain point, I can't wait to get to Mr. Ricks. I think she's next, and then there's a Manny. Part 2 is already ready. Everybody got emotional, and they didn't plan on it, because anytime you tap into the real lesson of your why, it should not just expose what you want to do. It should expose what you have not done. And then you have to tell yourself the truth about why you didn't do it. You can't blame anybody outside yourself. So here's how you have to reconnect with your why. By pushing yourself and telling yourself the truth. Here we go. I'm almost through. Here's another one. You have to also release negative thoughts. That's the hardest part. You got to release negative thoughts. So here's how you do it. Mr. Rick's like, Papa, I've been saying that. How do I do this? Here's how you do it. Pay attention to your inner dialogue. Pay attention to when you start talking to yourself. Pay attention to the words you use talking to yourself, Maria. Pay attention to what you say to you and what you think. Pay attention to what you stop yourself from saying, but you allow yourself to think. See, you got to bring yourself into alignment. Pay attention to what you stop saying, but you tend to spend more time thinking it. No. I need to be able to say what I think. Around people, everywhere I am, I need to be able to say what I think. Because, Felicia, if you catch yourself doubting and you don't say it, if you still feel it, it's still going to be effective doubt. You have to pay attention. Jesus, this is good for me. You have to pay attention to your inner dialogue. Pay attention to what stays in your head. Pay attention, because here's the deal. Most things that come to your head are not there just for, you have your thinking and your thoughts. Okay, thinking is what I roll around in my head that I don't understand or I can't get out yet. My thoughts are what I hang on to remember. So when I get ready to execute in my own life, I need to make sure that my thoughts have a clear path to my thinking, and my thinking has a clear path to my heart, and my heart has a clear path to my mouth. Let me get your Bible. Let the words of my mouth, watch this, and connection, coordinate conjunction, and the meditation thoughts of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. What do you mean? It says, okay, I need to make sure that what I'm saying came from my thoughts, but was also rooted in my heart, which means it has a growth issue. It has potential for growth because I'm not just saying something, I'm saying what I'm thinking that's on my heart. Bible says this also, out of the heart flow the issues of life, which means while I'm talking, I'm speaking my issues. What's up, Roy Sales? I'm speaking what they could be, what they may be, what they're wrong, how they're wrong, but I'm around the right people that can correct me, so I make sure that my inner dialogue is not what's confusing me, that my thoughts, let me see, here I go. My thoughts, here we go. My thoughts are on a spool, okay? Let me help y'all. I gotta make this plain. This is not my thoughts, here we go. That's not my thoughts, see that? That could be tangled up. This is not my thoughts. This is my thoughts. I get with it, okay, I'm not trying to sell it, I'm not trying to sell a coaching, I'm just telling you how it works. I get with my pastor, or I get with my coach, or I get with my mentors, and I take all of this that I can't get clear. See that? And I talk. So as I talk, I get to put it in my mind, so I'm able to execute it at a level of execution. So now I have my thoughts and they're together. So my brain is like this. My thoughts are executed as I need them, then I have execution. Versus me having a bunch of thoughts and not knowing what they are. And when it's time to form something, that I need to form something in my life, my thoughts are like this. And it takes me, 10 months to execute something that if I had together would have took me 10 minutes. Did y'all get that? This is how your mind is. You want this kind of mindset. I'm just gotta leave it alone. Okay. So did y'all get it? So you have to pay attention to your inner dialogue. And again, if you catch yourself doubting, even if you catch yourself doubting your abilities, restructure that. It's just something you haven't learned yet. I don't put my abilities in a doubting place. I doubt my abilities until I learn. You got it? If you catch yourself speaking negativity to yourself, change that. You got it? Immediately replace those thoughts with empowering affirmations. Man, I got to figure that out. I don't know yet, but I will know. And you make a note to go and learn what you say you didn't know. When you learn what you say you didn't know, pat yourself on the back and celebrate. What's up, Danny Hen? Celebrate yourself for learning something, for increasing your life. You got it? And embrace it and replace it with a powerful affirmation. Don't expect to learn the affirmation immediately, because affirmation does not work at one time. It works for over a time of development. So you can say positive things, but understand, you gotta unravel it. See, it's coming unravel. Y'all can't see it. See, it's coming unravel on the sides. See my pinky? It's coming unravel. Because if you don't if you put it down and don't hold on to it and don't tend to it, your brain will unravel. Because here's the deal. Your mindset shapes your reality. So I don't care how you dress. If you don't keep your mind raveled correctly or wrapped correctly, it will unravel on you. Your mindset shapes your reality. And if you get caught up in your doubts and you're doubting your skills and your abilities and who you are and all of that, that becomes your reality. You have to reshape your mindset. So here it is. I'm almost done. Instead of beating yourself up, instead of throwing yourself on the floor and beating yourself up, Keith, instead of making yourself feel bad about your past mistakes, you've already dealt with that. Take the wisdom from your mistake. Make the wisdom or make the mistake experience. And experience a lesson. And if learned properly, it becomes wisdom. Got it? Take the answers from the mistake. It becomes an experience. Take the lesson from it positively and then make it wisdom. So basically, take your mistake and extract wisdom from it. Got it? Extract wisdom from the mistake. So when the devil allows, or life allows you to have mistakes in your life, get everything out of it to help everybody else skip over the mistake you made. Because when you make winning about other people, God will always make you sustain in every area of your life. So here's how you do it. Again, from excuses to execution. So you have to remove, hey, Taika Lee, you have to remove the excuses and move forward. Remove the excuses and move forward. Remove the excuses and you move forward. Got it, Andrea? I hear somebody saying, but I wasn't on here last week. Give me some more help. Here it is, real quick. Simply rewire your mindset. Okay, I'll do it again. Y'all messing me up. Rewire your mindset. Don't throw yourself away. Don't put yourself, in a bad place. Y'all got it? Rewire your mindset. You have good information. You just didn't have the right people around you. You have good information. You just kept being around the people who caused the mishandlement. In other words, you're around people who didn't understand why you went through what you went through. You are around people who don't understand the grace. See, grace says, let me show you what I mean. See this? Y'all see that? That looks tangled up right on my hand, right? It is tangled up. And if I stay around people who see me as tangled up, then people will treat me as if I'm tangled up. But if I get around people who still see the potential in me, even though I'm tangled up. Here we go, Nicole Albert. Good morning, girl. I'm sorry, lady. Good morning. How you doing? I think we're all in the same room now, y'all. When you see this, when people see this and go, yeah, but I know the potential. Watch this. What looks tangled just needs somebody to give me understanding while I, here it is, rewire or rewrap my mindset. I'm going to rewrap my mindset. Now, if I get tangled up, I'll cut the rest off. But if somebody takes time with me, who values me, and allow me to rewrap my mindset, see, it keeps getting tangled. It only gets tangled up where I'm pulling. Here it is. So I'm rewrapping. I'm rewiring my mindset, which means even my mistakes have become wisdom for me. By the time I get to the end, guess what? I'm at the end. I rewound. Look at the end. Boom, boom. There it is. So all of it is wrapped up. Now, normally I put tape on it to keep it from coming loose again, which means I maintain. What you saw a while ago is the exact same wire. Now you saw it rewired. Your mindset is the exact same way. Everything you've been through is wisdom. Everything you've been through is a blessing. Everything you've been through is a learning experience. Everything you've been through is potential to be wisdom if you're able to reteach it to somebody else to live better. You got it? Come on, Nicole Albert. She said right information, wrong crowd. My God. My God. Did y'all get that? You have to rewire your mindset. It's there. You have everything you need right there. You just start thinking less of it because the people around you did not clap for you. Oh, I gotta do better. There are people who did clap, but you saw how they clapped, which you knew they were not inspired by your win. So you have to break past limitations. You break it by rewiring your mindset. Jesus. Oh, got it? Here's the problem with breaking limitations. Every limitation starts as a thought. It's not something that happens. It starts as a thought. Whether it's fear or doubt or something in the past that happens, whether it's a mental barrier that you said, nobody will ever do it to me again. So you put a mental barrier up. So someone who comes to help you take down the barrier, you begin to fight to keep the barrier up because your goal is to keep yourself, quote unquote, protected. But you don't understand that a person that sometimes to take down that barrier so you can live beyond your past limitations. See, mental barriers are only mental barriers if you allow them to be. Remember, this is your mind. This is your life. They're only mental barriers if you allow them to be. So you got to break past limitations. And then you have to gain, somebody said it earlier and you was on it so early, you have to gain clarity. I'll give you another one. Shift past stagnation to expansion. I'm no longer staying where I am. I have to expand my mindset to receive something different. Because clarity is the foundation for momentum. The foundation is not where you start. You got it? Once you execute consistently, but as you get clarity, you have to know where you're going to get momentum. Because without a clear goal, you'll waste your time and energy. Where's Nikki at? You'll waste your time and energy with good information, wrong people. So you have to be intentional about seeking out opportunities and people who align with your life vision. Seeking out opportunities and people who align with your life vision. Here comes the problem. 22 of you on here. Here comes the problem. Your best opportunities, most of the time, will always come outside your comfort zone. Your best opportunity, because the opportunity to do something new is going to be outside your comfort zone. If it's not, you would have already done it. Your best opportunity is going to be as you get outside your comfort zone to develop in something new and develop something, watch this, that has untapped potential in your life. Potential is an area that has not been tapped yet. So you only get that outside your comfort zone. You got it? You get it outside. But you have to be willing to step, here it is, take the step outside your comfort zone to have the experience. Okay, I'm done. Last but not least, here it is. Here's the one we don't like. Love y'all. Here it is. You must stay accountable. You must stay accountable to what you submit yourself to that's developing you. Take a look. Here it is. You must stay accountable. Because true accountability is holding yourself to a standard of success. Watch this. That you desire that someone else help you set for you. Say it again. True accountability is holding yourself to a standard of success that you desire that you and someone else help you set. Because you'll always set it, you're on this level. Here we go, Minister Riggs. You'll always set it right here. Then here comes coach saying, go right here. Then here comes pastor saying, if you have faith, go right here. Here comes prophet saying, but this is where God wants you. And when you see that, because the accountability is difficult, or we don't like to be accountable, we tend to settle for right here. And then the devil shows you somebody else who's right here, which makes you comfortable settling. But then once you settle and be here too long, he shows you somebody else that's already right here, that then you start to execute. Okay, don't get mad at me, y'all. Then people start to execute in witchcraft. Because they start to say they don't deserve to be there, I do. But they did the work and you didn't. They stayed accountable and you didn't. They pushed beyond the comfort zone and you didn't. So what makes you think you're supposed to be there? Because the pride of life says, I deserve it all anyway, even if I don't do the work. That's where you got to be careful, that you don't get stuck in execution and you miss the opportunity to stuck in your excuses. Remember, excuses used to be correct. Nikki, you're going to love this, Nikki Albert. Excuses used to be your answer. Okay, I'll mess with Nikki just 1 second. I think she can handle it. You used to couldn't do burpees. You used to couldn't do jumping jacks. You had an excuse why. I'm sorry, take that back. You had an answer why you couldn't do it. 10 years ago. You had an answer why you couldn't do it. And now people say, can you do this certain thing? Child, my coordination is bad. You promoted your answer to an excuse to keep you from doing what you could not do back then. Y'all remember when I was younger, I was this, I was that. You gave yourself, it was the answer. And it was really an authentic answer. But an answer should remain an answer for 10 to 15 years. Because if it does, you've now promoted your answer to an excuse. But you have not promoted yourself to execute. You've already taken care of the answer. Now you have a different answer, and now instead, it's now just an excuse. So here it is. I gotta move. I'm sorry. So here's how you stay accountable. When challenges arise, and they will, don't make excuses. Find a way to adapt, to adjust, and remain accountable. Adapt, adjust, and remain accountable. adapt, adjust, and remain accountable, which means no more waiting in line. You're the only one in your line. I got to go, y'all. We're good. I'll meet y'all on Friday to finish this whole thing up. No more waiting in line. No more excuses. It's time to execute. Yeah. Winning anyway starts with simple, intentional action. I want to push you in the middle of the week, Carlos. That's it. I want to push you in the middle of the week before Friday gets here. Spring break is over next week. All teachers are back to work. That's all fine. When you get back, at least you'll go back with, I don't have to make excuses anymore. I'm going to execute in my own life. I want to move you from excuses to execution. Listen, Friday morning, 6:55. I know I woke you up this morning. Some of y'all teachers on spring break. You turned over in the bed anyway. Just want you to listen to it and get it in your head. I want you to make sure you're prepared for what's about to happen, because here's the deal. Life is changing, with or without you. You must be ready. You must be ready to adjust, to adapt, and remain accountable. I think I'll pick up there on Friday. We're going to go beyond that, because I want you to know what happens after you make excuses turn into execution. You got to have the vision of it. It's amazing where every excuse becomes a reward on your way to a winning anyway life. I'm your host, Life Pastor Kyle. It's been amazing this morning. For those of you from members of my church, we'll see you tonight. But the rest of you, we'll see you on Friday. If you hadn't heard the first part on last Wednesday, go back and hear last Friday. And if you really want to get worded up, go back to last Wednesday. Or Wednesday before last. Yeah, both Wednesdays. And then Friday and today. And then we'll meet you on this coming Friday. It's going to be one for the books. I'm just trying to get you to move. I'm pushing you. I'm not letting you sleep. I'm not letting you rest. I'm naturally, spiritually, emotionally, I'm pushing you out of the area of excuses into the area where you can execute. Execution will bring you to a place where you won't have any regrets behind you. And you can look ahead of you to the potential that has not been touched and be excited about your future. I'm excited about your future. Are you? I want to make sure you're ready for what's going to happen. It's going to be an amazing life you're going to have. And some of you are already having it now. Let's continue it and make sure you continue in everything you're called to do. I'm Life Pastor Kyle, letting you know, no matter what happens in your life, know this, you can always continue to win because you are a winner. Drop the excuses and begin to execute now. Peace. We'll see you in the winner's circle. Peace.